guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my February favorites and I'm pretty excited about it. I've got quite a few things that I've really been enjoying the past month, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm just gonna say this once again. I was completely obsessed with Makeup Forever throughout February. I probably sound like a broken record right now, but they are coming out with so many great products. And the first product I want to talk about is from them, and it's something that I never use. Like, I can't think of a time when maybe once or twice in my life when I've actually used this product, and it's individual eyelashes. So I've had these for probably like at least 4 months. Makeup Forever did send me these when they launched their new eyelash collection back in, I want to say, like October, and they've just been sitting in my drawer because I never used individual lashes. And I was doing my makeup the other day and I thought to myself, like, I really don't want to apply a full strip. I wish I could just fill in the sparse areas of my lashes after I apply mascara. And then I was like, should probably try those Makeup Forever individual eyelashes. So I did, and they are so good. Not only are the lashes good, but the glue that comes with the lashes is phenomenal. I am wearing these right now. I use a full row for one eyeball, and then I use like a couple extra for extra flutter on the ends of my eyes, but they're so natural, they're so fluttery. I love these. This is so basic, but I feel like it needs to be talked about, and it's the Makeup Forever HD Loose Powder. Now, you guys might have seen that I was using the pressed powder in quite a few videos. I've had it for probably the past 3 months. I actually went out and bought it myself. I needed a good pressed translucent powder, and I was like, hey, I've really been liking Makeup Forever. I'll just go ahead and buy that. And something about it I just wasn't in love with. I felt like it left a white cast on my face. And then I actually was sent a PR box from Makeup Forever recently around the time that the was it the Oscars, I guess, that were going, or the Golden Globes, and they sent out this PR box that had basically a lot of the favorites they were using for the Golden Globes, and this powder was in it. I didn't use it for quite a few days because I was like, I already have the pressed version of that, so I don't really expect this to be any better, but it is totally different. I feel like this is not even the same formula as the pressed version. Something about this formula is so perfect. It's like the best translucent powder I have ever used. It's translucent, but when you apply it to your face, it makes your face look like you have a fuller coverage because it does such a good job of perfecting your makeup and setting your makeup in place. Now, I will say that this is a little bit on the drying side, but I don't think it is as drying as the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That is a very drying translucent powder, but this one you can go overboard with. If you just apply a small amount, it's not going to feel dry, but if you literally use like a ton all over your face, you're going to feel a little dry throughout the day. But I will say, the more of this powder you use, the more flawless your face looks. It is such a good translucent powder, and if you're looking for a new loose powder, this would be awesome for anything like BB cream, foundation, tinted moisturizer, whatever. This is so good. This is a product that actually hasn't launched for Makeup Forever, but by the time this video goes up, it will be launching within like a couple days, and it's the new Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Face Palette. So it's one of their cream contour palettes. They have had the Corrector palettes out, the camouflage Corrector palettes, for a really long time. Those are the ones that have like the purple and the green and then the skin tone color, the banana color. These are actual contour face palettes. So if you need like swatch references, I do have swatches of 2 of these palettes over on my blog. I did a full review of the entire collection. I'll have that listed down below, but I am very impressed with the actual face palettes from this launch, and the reason being is that they are so user friendly. If you have never worked with a contour palette before, this is super user friendly. There's only 4 shades in it. The colors are so easy to blend out. They're not, I have a palette from Motives that is really intimidating because the cream products are a little bit harder to blend out. And so this is almost like, the formula is so creamy, it melts into your skin. You really can't mess up on this or any of these colors. So you have your matte highlighter shade for your under eye area, you know, your T-zone, down the nose, chin, all that. Your actual contour shade. The only thing I will say next up is the shimmering highlighter for your cheekbone. This does nothing for me. That was my only downfall with this palette, is that I mean, really, I'm going to try to swatch it on the back of my hand and see if you guys can even see it. I don't know if you can even see a reflection from that. I was super disappointed in the highlighter, the actual like shimmering highlighter for this palette. I just couldn't see it on my skin. It may work differently for you guys, but that was the one thing that I wasn't crazy about. And then the last color you would think would be an under eye corrector, since that's so popular right now, to put that really bright orange underneath the eyes. But when I read the info card, this is actually meant to be a blush color. I am wearing this entire palette on my face right now. I don't have any other blush or anything like that on. I do have Champagne Pop on because, like I said, this does not show up. But this was actually made to be a blush color. Now you could use it as an under eye corrector if you like that. It's the perfect color for that. But in the info card, it didn't say anything about that. So this is a really interesting palette, really travel friendly, user friendly. I love the formula. I have a few more face products to talk about. These are from Becca, and they are the new Becca Backlight Targeted Color Correctors and the Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Creams. The concealing creams have been out for quite a few months now. They're just Becca's really full coverage cream concealers. But they just launched the Backlight Targeted Color Correctors this past month, and I believe there's 4 shades. I did receive a PR box with all shades. There's Violet, which I'm holding right now. There's Pistachio, which is a green. Papaya, which is a peach color, and then a red shade, which I can't remember the actual name. So there's 4 color correctors depending on what you're looking for and your skin tone. I didn't really have super high expectations for these because I'm not big on color correcting, but I was really excited to put them into my professional kit to use on people who do need color correction. But one day I just randomly decided, like, hey, I'll try one of these just to see how it works on me, and I chose to do the violet shade to use underneath my eyes to help brighten up dullness. Anytime I felt like my under eye area just needed extra pep, I would apply this corrector and I would layer it with the Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream. And I was expecting the combination to just be horrific. I was expecting it to be super thick. I was expecting it to crease, to look like cakey, and it did not. I am just like, I'm still kind of shocked that based on the formula of these are thick formulas and the coverage is like full coverage. I was just expecting it to just look so cakey and so creasy, and something about it didn't do that on me. I don't know if it's the translucent powder that I'm using or what. But I absolutely love this violet shade to use underneath my eyes. I just use the violet shade, a small layer of that, and then I use the Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream in the shade Macadamia, and it's a really nice full coverage corrected look. So I am pretty pleased with these. The next product is something I've mentioned quite a few times on my channel, and it is the bareMinerals Skin Longevity Vital Power Infusion. So this is a part of the new Sensorials line. If you guys watch my videos, you've probably seen me talk about this already, but I wanted to mention this because I feel like I have received the full benefit of this product for the past 2 months now. January and February, I've really noticed the impact with this product. I've been using this since October, and I will say if you use this, it will probably take a couple months for you to see results, because I did not immediately feel like this was doing anything for my skin. It really took quite a few weeks, actually a couple months, for this to really start, or for me to start noticing what it was doing for my skin. So the main thing that this has done for my skin is balance my skin type out to a normal state. And for those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I have nothing but dry skin year round. Summertime, dry skin. Fall time, that's when my skin really starts to flake. Wintertime, it is just completely dried out, flaky, disgusting. And I started using this in October, which was back in the fall, and I just kind of felt like I was wasting my time because I was so used to using a skin oil on my face, and I was used to feeling that heavy oil sensation, especially when I went to bed at night, and I felt like that was soothing since my skin was so dry. This is a very lightweight formula. It absorbs really quickly, and I was just like, you know what, I don't even know if this is doing anything for me. But I kept using it, and especially in January is when I really started noticing that the dryness was going away and my skin was balancing out to more of a normal state. Now with it being at the end of February, I feel like my skin has been nothing but normal. I have not woken up with dry patches. I have not woken up with my skin feeling tight. All I use is the Clay Chameleon Transforming Clay Cleanser from bareMinerals, or I'll use the Pure Plush cleanser from bareMinerals, and then I apply my SkinLongevity and my bareMinerals Butter Drenched Moisturizer, and that's all I do before I go to bed at night. And that is the routine I will be sticking with because this has saved my face. I have a few brushes from Zoeva that I've been loving, and Zoeva is a Dutch brand, I believe. I think the package that they sent me did say it came from Germany, and I've heard so much about their brushes, but I did feel like they weren't as accessible since they were, you know, an overseas company. But they did send me their Rose Gold collection back in December, and I have a few standout brushes that I've been using on a daily basis. The first one being the 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek brush. I use this for contouring. It is such a great brush. It doesn't pick up too much product. It blends really evenly, and I have just been a really big fan of this one. And then I have two eye brushes, one being the 231 Luxe Petite Crease Brush. I actually use this as like a pencil brush to diffuse my lower lash line, and it's a really soft brush that gets in there and like really details your lower lash line. And then the 227 Luxe Soft Definer Brush. I've been using this as a crease brush to blend out my shadow. Dear Lord, shadow. I've been using this to blend out my shadow after I'm completely done with my entire eye look, just as like a final blending brush. So all of these brushes come in the Rose Gold collection, and I will list that down below for you guys. Last but not least, I wanted to mention the self-tanner I've been using because I've had a few questions on my Snapchat, and this is the self-tanner that I use for mostly the winter months. I haven't self-tanned since I feel like probably around September is when I stopped self-tanning, and I just picked it back up this past month because I'm going to be going to Florida the first week in March, and I just wanted to start, you know, getting back into my routine. So this is the self-tanner I use when I want a super natural light self-tan. It's what I'm wearing right now, and it's the Vita Liberata Phenomenal pH 2 to 3 week tan mousse. And this is in the shade medium, and this is why I like this shade so much, is because it's so natural on my skin. It's not super dark like my Loving Tan Ultra Dark, but if I want something really tan, I will use that. But for the most part, I do use this for like a daily basis when I just want a little bit of color. It says 2 to 3 week tan mousse, but it's more like 2 to 3 days, on me at least. I mean, I don't know any self-tanner that lasts 2 to 3 weeks, to be completely honest, and still looks good. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. This is what I use. I'm almost out, so I probably need a refill bottle on it. But yeah, I really like this one. Really great if you have fair skin. Alright guys, so that's it for my February favorites. Probably a little chatty than normal. I didn't have a ton of products to talk about, but I did want to go in depth on the products I did mention. So thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions for me, leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!